No garden is really complete without peppers. You've got your extremely world record winning spicy varieties which will leave you crying for hours. You've got your delicious, abundant varieties which just grow peppers like crazy. And you've also got your ornamental varieties. So this season is my second season growing peppers. First season was not so good. I'm starting a little bit late again this season, but let me walk you through every single pepper I want to grow this season and why. So let's start off with the category that's the most interesting for you guys, and that is of course the world record hottest peppers. So we're starting off with the Carolina Reaper. Now you might be wondering why I'm wearing gloves. Well, if I were to grab this seed, sow it, and touch my face, I will be crying for the next 2 to 3 hours. But that's why I'm wearing gloves this time. In my other sewing videos I'm not, because dirt is fun. So the current Guinness World Record is held by the Carolina Reaper with a Scoville range of between 1.4 to 2.2 million Scoville units. To give you a comparison, a jalapeno has about 1 to 8,000. So that's why the Carolina Reaper definitely makes it onto the roster. Next, we've got the previous record holder, which is the Ghost Scorpion, with a range of 1 to 0.8 million Scoville units, which once again is going to leave you pretty much incapacitated. Now, the last two in my hot pepper category, but now a lot more human-friendly, are the Scotch Bonnet peppers and the Habaneros. Now, the Scotch Bonnet is a variety you might not have heard of, but they're quite similar to the Habaneros when it comes to the Scoville unit range. The Scotch Bonnet is 325 to 125,000, and the Habanero is 350 to 100,000 Scoville units. But lots of gardeners recently have started to say that Scotch Bonnet is actually their best tasting hot pepper, so that's why I'm definitely got to grow it this year. Now, moving on to the next category, we've got our abundant and delicious varieties, and I'm going to start off with the Piri Bird's Eyes chili, as well as the Thai chili Rawit variety, which the Piri Bird's Eye is 150 to 50k. The Thai chili is a little bit less at 100 to 50k Scoville units. Now, these two are very, very similar, and a lot of people actually get them confused, so it took me a while to make sure I'm actually getting the correct varieties. But what I want to find out is which of the 5, and I'll tell you the other 3 in a second, basically grow the best and taste the best, and those are going to be the ones that I'm going to plan on growing in my garden in the future, because I do have a very short growing season and I really do like peppers, so I want something that tastes well, that grows really easily, and yeah, every year you got to figure out what grows best in your climate. Now we've got 2 really popular ones which I think they don't even really need an introduction, the Jalapeno and the Cayenne peppers. Cayenne's a little bit longer. The Jalapeno is the one that you always order on your pizza or whatever when you're out. I love a good pizza Diavolo, you know which pizza I mean. Apologies to all the Italians, you guys are great. And the Cayenne comes in at 50 to 30k Scoville units, while the Jalapeno comes in at 8 to about 1,000 Scoville units. Now, last I've got for you the Biquinho Reds, and these are actually the ones that I'm the most excited about because these should grow the fastest and these should be one of the most abundant, as well as looking like one of the best to grow in containers. Now, the reason why I went for a red variety instead of a yellow or a brown variety, which I did the same with all of these peppers actually, is because I want kind of to make my harvesting life a little bit easier. If they were all kind of ready to harvest at different colors, so sometimes you can buy varieties which are ready to harvest when they're yellow or even brown or something else. It's just going to be a little bit confusing. Basically with all of these now I know that when they're red, they're perfect and I can go ahead and pluck them. So, you know, just make your life easy. Gardening is fun, but it doesn't have to be hard either. Of course, if you like having different colors and keeping track of all that, go ahead and knock yourself out. That's also cool. Now, I should also mention that the Biquinhos are not exactly the hottest variety out of all of these. They come in at around 1 to 0.5 thousand Scoville units. So that should make it really easy to just kind of snack on and use them in pretty much anything where I'm going to want a little bit of a pepper flavor. Now that brings us down to our last section and our last 2 varieties, which will be 2 really beautiful ornamental varieties. I've got Masquerade and Explosive Ember seeds. Now the Explosive Ember seeds are still, you know, they've got a little bit of zest to them. They come in at around 30 to 25,000 Scoville units. Meanwhile, the Masquerades are a bit heavier. They're more comparable to, I believe, the Cayenne pepper. Yes, I just checked that. And they come in at between 70 to 30,000 Scoville units. Okay, so there we have it. We've planted now everything I wanted to plant, and to finish them off, I'm going to spread a little layer of compost back on top, just a small layer, and water this all in. And I don't know if you can see this, but I am sweating buckets. It is boiling in this balcony, which is perfect for pepper seed germination. You want really warm weather, and according to a test that Pepper Geek did, which put out a brilliant video, the best way to start seeds is just keep them warm in the soil and water them in. So that's what I'm going to do. And if you guys want to see a taste test at the end of the season, as well as more information on my pepper growing journey, just go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.